A friend of his had got a hammock on the back garden, and we've got a video of him trying to get onto this hammock, and all you can see is him falling off, and then you just get a big grin.
Just laughing his head off.
Yeah, at the other
Couldn't
side.
do it. He couldn't
yeah,
do
he
it.
couldn't
Just
get
kept
on
falling
at
off.
all. So it's just little things like that. Think of him every day, to be fair. You go upstairs and you go into his bedroom, you go in and you think, oh yeah, I can remember when Tom used to do this or Tom used to do that, and he's never far from the thoughts. But you don't expect to be burying your son.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my memories with him that are sort of like particularly favourite ones are ones that involve us playing football or playing FIFA. I was Tom's brother, half brother technically, but you know we've always seen ourselves as actual full brothers. One of the most laid-back people you've ever met. Really easy to sort of just get on and have a conversation with him. He'll always, find time to chat to people. Never a hard conversation. Never an awkward man to talk to.
A character.
Yeah.
He'd always got a smile on his face.
Very friendly, got a lot of friends, very active, did a lot of sport, mainly football, kept himself fit and healthy, and yeah, he's a really good lad. Like I said, he's constantly in a good mood, always smiling.
I answered the phone and it was one of his friends that had said that Tom had collapsed. So what he'd done, he'd organised a football, like a five-a-side football match tournament for that night with just some of his work friends over in Dronfield. So, and one of the guys that we was with, he just rung up and said that Tom had collapsed. He was a very poorly boy. We're not sure where we're taking him yet, so don't do anything yet, just stop where you are. And then we just got another phone call to say they was taking him in the land ambulance to Northern General.
We got up to the Northern General and we walked into A&E and walked into the resus area where he was, and that was it. That was the mood, just immediately just changed. And my mum she looked broken, to be honest. She looked broken as a person, and it was only as I kind of rounded the corner and saw into the cubicle and saw that they were still working on him. Obviously they were doing CPR on him. There was probably a good 8 or 9 people surrounding him. That was the moment that it kind of hit home as to what was really going on.
2 doctors said that he was in resus, but we could go in and see him while they were still working on him. And well, me and you just knew at that point that they don't let you go into resus while they're working on you if they know that there's going to be a chance of survival. It was awful.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do with myself. I can remember coming home from the hospital and just laying on the settee and just laying. I was just numb.
Minutes matter with a cardiac arrest, and there was few minutes where we haven't got a defibrillator. Every minute that goes by in a cardiac arrest without a defibrillator is a 10% reduction in the chance that somebody survives. Getting a defibrillator onto somebody in shock within the first few minutes of a cardiac arrest can increase the percentage that they survive, the chance they survive, but it's up to 75% from about 8 or 9% if there's one there within a couple of minutes.
So after Tom passed, because he was such a keen footballer, he knew so many people through football, all his mates got together and wanted to do a charity fundraiser, like a memorial fundraiser for him. Mainly his best mate Jack, who organised pretty much everything about that, didn't he?
Yeah.
The match ended up raising £20,000. And because we raised that much, we thought, well, we've got to do something with it and got to do it right. So that's why we started to look to become a charity.
The main aim for us is to get defibrillators out into the public, out into the communities, get them, available for people. Hopefully nobody ever needs to use them, but if there's ever a cardiac arrest and somebody needs one, we would rather it be there. So that's the main aim for us, is raising funds and getting defibrillators out into the community.
For me, it's if a defib's used and it saves somebody's life or it helps to save, then that's what I've set out to achieve.
Yeah.
I do not want anybody to have to go through what we continue to go through, to be fair. I'd hate to think that.
Yeah.
So if we can do as much as we can with the defibs out there, and that's what we set out to do.
Yeah.
So I think people knowing where the nearest defibrillator is, having an awareness that there's one around them, being confident in using it as well, that makes the difference. In those first few minutes whilst an ambulance is travelling, when it's just, you know, members of the public that are there, them having that confidence and that awareness, that's what saves lives.
Tom passed away in 2018 from cardiac arrest. Completely unknown heart condition, we knew nothing about it. And that's kind of how the charity formed. We formed off the back of not knowing enough about defibrillators and heart conditions and things like that. So since 2019, that's what we've been doing. We've been funding public access defibrillators.
One thing that I take away is that he got to 23 and lived life to the full.
Yeah, he had a great life.
I feel proud when people, you know, ask questions, or they'll say, oh yeah, one of them, I've seen one of them yellow boxes up there, and Tom's picture, oh, that's nice. But it makes me feel happy that people notice.
Yeah.
And that, you know, as well, it's just and people haven't forgot about him.